Hello my channel, I'm Mush, that's Harmer, this is an energy drink, and this is a very special video, and I want to explain to you why that is with this very fabulous jump cut. So Seamless, he's a guy that makes videos. You might have heard of him. It's this dude, not usually looking as constipated as that, but he makes tutorial videos on sounds, and I have watched them for years basically, and he has taught me everything I know about complex sound design and all that. And he uses this thing on the screen here, which I'm outlining with my hands that you can't see, which is called Harmer. This is basically a very complex way of producing dank sounds. You can have basses, chords, arps, leads, all that sort of gubbins. And I'm going to be using it today to fulfill a challenge that he's issued to all of his subscribers, which is to make a video explaining how you make an awesome sound, and that awesome sound will be used in a song that he's making that will end up being open for everyone to enjoy. So if I get in there, I really hope that at least one of you downloads it and has a look at the sound I made and be like, cool, I watched that maker on a video. Anyway, so if you're watching this, Seamless, hi, this is all your fault because everything I know now is because of you. Enough of that, let's get on with the sound. I've not rehearsed this, don't know what I'm going to make, so let's do it. I'm going to make a sound that sounds like this. Okay, oh yeah, the chord, these are just the chords I need, so yeah, ignore them. I want to make something, I don't know, something hard-hitting. I know what I need. I need this. I need my filters. I love filters. Filters are my favourite thing, by the way. Tempo, yep, yeah, how do I loop? Loop, I need looping. Make all loop. Okay, that could be a bit faster. Okay, I wholeheartedly dig that. Although it's very, very basic, I wholeheartedly dig that. Here we go. Okay, we're getting started. If that's not annoying, I don't know what is. He has an aggression that C. I've got the chords right here. C, A, black. I don't know theory, to be honest. I had to ask for help for this. I'll be honest. Yeah. I have watched your theory tutorials, mate, but I'm really stupid. Let's do it all in. Hang on. I'll just do it in this, it's easy, you'll be able to just pitch shift it. I want you to fiddle with this. Edit events, that's not what I wanted. I wanted something completely different than that. Edit articulator on the main pitch. So, okay, people who don't know what this is Harmer. And this basically gives you envelopes to mess around with. If you don't know what sound is, if you don't know how music works, I'm going to give you a very quick blast, but if you want to know more, watch Seamless. He's really good. That's why I'm doing this video. I've mentioned it a lot of times. Selfless plug. But yes, the pitch, which is like how, the height of your height. How high your sound is, like, ew, whoop, pitch change, voice cracks. This will basically change the pitch of the song, so it'll start high and then go, ew, like that, so... You get the idea. So if I start up there, tempo match, go to there. Brilliant. Okay, cool. So we're gonna make that go down by 2. Do that. That's kind of cool. I like that, but it doesn't fit with this progression, which is sad. Do. I like that. Okay, so I've got my pattern. I don't know why I made it like that. It just sounded cool. Making the sound for a bit more. After a slight fancy jump cut, because I've noticed I'm really bad at explaining what I'm doing while I'm actually doing it, I'm just going to talk you through what I just did. So I've basically fiddled around with the pitch, pan and phase meters here on the unison controls, which makes the sound a bit more full. I'll give you an example now. I'm going to turn the pitch and pan and all that down, and you'll be able to hear how basic it sounds on just like mono in the middle, no stereo field or whatever. So here we go. Back up again. Yeah. Basically, I want to describe this in a way that even I can understand. The sound that comes out the speakers, basically, my speakers here by the way, the sound that comes out the speakers, if it's slightly different in both ears, some sort of stereo field and a slight change. This cannot, however, be achieved so easily with headphones since it's so isolated left and right. If you have speakers, the sound has time to merge, reflect off walls in my room, which is a lot of... After a jump cut, I have now done this. This is the exact same sound I was fiddling around with before, but this time it's in patcher. This means I can do awesome stuff with it post. That means after. I mean, as in after it comes out the sound. I won't need it going straight to there. This is where I can add stuff like reverb, effects, distortion, effects. Basically effects. So yeah, let's do this. I'm gonna add a plugin. I usually always go for some specific plugins, so today we're gonna go for God, that's not the usual screen. Ah, get off it. Get off. What do you want? Ah. I would like Decimator. Oh, I was on it anyway. That's all good. Get off. There we go, Decimator. This is a bit crusher. I use this all the time. I love it. I even made a song about it. It basically just makes sounds so much gnarly. You get the idea. That might be the final effect to put on everything, but I'm just going to use it to increase the high harmonics. I'm really hoping I'm getting this terminology all correct, because I'm going to get shouted at by people, and I know who you are, Bradley. So basically, this is patcher. I have routed Harmer through this and a bunch of effects to make this, I guess. It's not the dankest sound ever, but I personally think I can do something with it, with automation and all that sort of malarkey. So what we have here is Harmer producing the original sound. Going down bottom part, we have a wave shaper, giving some more high harmonics and distortion to the sound, going through an EQ, cutting out any lows that were there, going through a reverb to create the reverb effect that you can hear on the sound. There we go. Through the middle we have another EQ, cutting off all the highs, so this is basically just a bass amplifier, going straight through, so whatever the bass was originally goes through. If I want to increase it, I can just do that. And going around the top we have something more complex. We have Decimator, bit crushing the sound slightly, going through an effects channel with a flanger, going through a very slow frequency, low frequency oscillator, going through Maximus again to give the sound some maximum punch. And altogether you have something quite weak coming out the other end. I'm going to try and sort this out with basically just mixing. So we're going to EQ on the end here and see what's going on. Okay, so I've got some ideas now what I could do sound-wise. So let's highlight all this bit so I can get some automation going. So what I've just done is I've used Decimator to change the sound slightly. And doing this, I'm automating this bit right here basically, so just watch. It's only very small automation, even though it looks big on there. I've used some clever FL stuff to do that. I'm basically changing how much crushing I'm doing to it, and that brings... hang on, I'll show you if I put a EQ on here. So watch, basically just watch. I'll show you. See it here. Hang on. When you bit crush a sound, there's this thing, and basically the high frequencies get compressed into the top, and they go like that. That's why a lot of music that has bit crushing in sort of sounds like a weird effect, but it's just this one effect that can do a whole load of cool stuff if done right. I like using it a lot, and Decimator is my personal favourite. It's a completely free plugin by this dude, And yeah, it's really cool. I use it all the time in literally every song. I often use it on vocals to bring out the highs. I use it in Sweet Dreams and other such stuff. And it basically makes the sound harsher. And here I've used it to not bring out the sound, but to make a cool sound. So I'm going to keep working on this now, and I'll get back to you in a second. So, that's the end of the sound. I'm going to now talk you through what you just saw me do. I've wound it forward because basically that's a lot of stuff going on in a very short amount of time, and I want to get this video to be kind of short so it doesn't bore everyone to dead. So, here's basically what I've done. I've just touched the mic. That's what that sound was. Starting back at the beginning, so let's run this through. I've got Harmor leading into a distortion plugin, going into an EQ plugin, EQing out the highs, no, EQing out the lows to get into highs, to go into the reverb to create the reverb effect. That is used in conjunction with the second decimator to do this thing. And this effect. And this effect. This bit here. At the end. Now I've just realised that I can make that a little bit louder. There we go. I wanted to make something video game soundy. Anyway, back to explaining what I've been doing. The middle channel just runs straight through here. Could just make that a little bit louder there. Perfect, cool, like it. That runs straight through to FL Studio. It's fine. Top channel goes through Decimator, which just does that. Goes through Effects, which just does this. It just LFOs throughout. I can't really tell the difference now that I've done all this stuff in the chain afterwards, but it's there. It's part of the sound. And Maximus, making it loud. Then going out of Patcher, back into FL's mixing table. I love using this thing. I personally prefer it over Patcher because it's just what I'm used to. I've got an EQ, which I am boosting the bass, boosting the highs, and I'm cutting the mids. This is basically a very preset thing that I do personally. It's just something I do. It's probably really bad practice, but hey. Then I've got Decimator, the thing I'm automating. I'm automating the mid rate. There we go, you saw it go there. It's so I can make the whap sound. That's this sound's gimmick. EQ2. That's what I showed you what I was doing before. That's literally doing nothing, so I can just turn off. The other EQ, which is post-Decimator, EQing out the mids, because Decimator really boosts... Shut up, you. Ooh, that was a good sound, wasn't it? Decimator really boosts the mids. I want to get rid of that. I want to get rid of that sort of twangy sound, so I've EQ'd that out, add a little bit more bass. And then I've got a reverb at the end. This reverb, basically, is just a high-frequency reverb. I'm pointing at it with my finger. You can't see that. I can. High-frequency reverb, sort of. It should just sort of make the harsh sound of Decimator a little bit less ear-bleedy. But yeah, this is what I've come up with. It's not the best sound I've ever made by far, but I hope it's good enough to either warrant your attention or get into the top 100. If it hasn't, thank you for watching my video, Seamless. You really are a really cool guy, and your beard is amazing. Thank you. Bonus thing. I've also got a drum thing that I've made. Let's put it on, see what it sounds like. It's not great.